There is a moment in history that still sends a cold, strange feeling through people's hearts even today. A moment buried in snow and silence, where 9 strong and experienced hikers stepped into the mountains and never returned. And before we begin, let me ask you one question that will stay in your mind until the very end of this video. What if the real answer behind their mysterious fate was never recorded, never seen, and never understood? And what if the truth has been sitting in front of us all along, hidden under fear, nature, and human confusion? And only after hearing this full story will you finally be able to decide what really happened on that terrifying night. So stay with me, because the answer you are looking for will reveal itself slowly and only if you listen to every part of this journey. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am truly happy you are here, and I want you to know that what you are about to hear will not only take you deep into one of the most chilling unsolved cases in history, it will also help you improve your English in a soft, simple, and comfortable way, because the words in this story are easy to follow and perfect for learning through real storytelling. The Dyatlov Pass Mystery begins in 1959, when a group of 9 young hikers, full of energy, intelligence, and adventure, led by Igor Dyatlov, decided to explore the Ural Mountains in Russia, an extremely cold region where the wind cuts through the air like a knife and the landscape feels endless, silent, and untouched by human life. And none of them imagined that this journey would become one of the biggest mysteries of the 20th century. They were well-trained, skilled, and confident, and everything in their diary entries showed that they were happy, laughing, playing music, and enjoying each moment as they climbed deeper into the frozen wilderness. And even today, their photos show simple joy, simple youth, and simple dreams frozen in time. But as they moved toward the mountain called Kolatsyakal, known by the Monsey people as the Mountain of the Dead, something began to change. The weather grew worse, the snow became thicker, and the wind turned violent, pushing them off their planned route, forcing them to camp on a slope with almost no visibility. And this decision, for reasons we still do not understand, became the final point of their journey. Days passed with no signal from them, and soon rescue teams were sent to search the mountains, pushing through deep snow, harsh wind, and dangerous cold, until one day they saw something that made their hearts freeze. The hiker's tent, half buried in snow, standing in silence, but cut open from the inside, as if the group had sliced it open in a desperate attempt to escape something unthinkable. Their footprints were found leading away from the tent, barefoot, lightly dressed, running into deadly cold as if they were fleeing from something powerful and immediate. And no one could explain why trained hikers would leave their warm tent without proper clothes, without boots, and without any equipment needed to survive the night. The rescue team followed their footprints and found the first 2 bodies near a small tree, lying in the snow with signs of extreme cold. And yet, strangely, the tree above them had broken branches, as if someone had climbed it in panic to look at something dangerous near the tent. More bodies were discovered one by one, scattered in different places, some showing signs of hypothermia, others with injuries so strange that investigators could not understand them, like crushed ribs without external wounds, a skull injury that looked like it came from massive pressure rather than impact, and 2 bodies missing parts of their face, including eyes and tongue, details that shocked the world and created theories that have continued for more than 60 years. The official explanation at the time was labeled an unknown compelling force, a phrase that raised more questions than answers, because what kind of force can make 9 strong hikers run into the night half naked? What kind of danger forces people to cut open their own tent from the inside? And what kind of power can break bones internally without leaving marks on the outside? And this is where the mystery grows deeper, because nothing discovered at the site fully explains the behavior, the injuries, or the fear they must have felt that night. Some researchers believe it was an avalanche that frightened them, but the slope was too shallow and no classic avalanche patterns were found. Others think it was military activity, like secret weapons or parachute mines, but again, the evidence doesn't completely match. And some people believe there was something supernatural involved, something beyond our understanding, but even that theory struggles to explain all the facts. There are also theories involving infrasound, a low-frequency vibration created by wind that can cause panic, confusion, and hallucinations, which might explain why they cut the tent and ran, but does not fully explain their injuries or why they scattered so far apart. Some believe it was katabatic wind, a deadly wall of freezing air that pushes everything in its path. But this also doesn't answer all the details, while others think it was a panic chain reaction where one person becomes terrified and the rest follow without thinking. A possibility that might explain the behavior, but still fails to explain the unusual injuries that some of the hikers suffered. Even today, the truth remains hidden inside the snow, inside the cold, inside the silence of that mountain. And every new investigation uncovers small clues, but never a full answer, making this case one of the most haunting mysteries the world has ever seen. And here is the open question, the one that will stay with you until the end of this video. What if the real cause of the Dyatlov tragedy was not one event, but a combination of multiple dangers striking at the same time, creating fear, confusion, and chaos inside the group, and pushing them into a chain of decisions that no human mind could handle in such brutal cold, a combination so complex that the world never recognized it? As you think about that, remember that every human life is fragile in the face of nature, in the face of fear, and in the face of the unknown. And the Dyatlov Pass is a reminder that sometimes the world gives us questions without answers, mysteries without explanations, and stories that remain open forever, waiting for someone brave enough to look deeper. If you enjoyed this story and want more powerful, mysterious, and eye-opening lessons like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comments what you think happened that night, because your thoughts matter, and I would love to hear your theory about this strange and unforgettable case.